is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
Chicken fried rice and bag of the Phantom. My brother in the venue still magging the dancers. I'm overseeing the money, counting the transaction. Combination, safe stashing, money addiction, my passion. I got a stack of habit, I must have it. Lust cabbage, looking at money like it's a bad bitch. Hand full of that ass when I smash, it's a blast in the middle of...
Hey guys, we're back with another new episode of the StyleBeasting podcast with me, Delton Wall. Today is a very special day that lives deep in my heart. Today, well, not today, it was last week, but I guess it's doing, well, I guess I'm talking about it now because I had to took like a week break because I was learning how to edit videos and doing my promo and making that album cover for an old class mate of mine. And that took a lot of time, and I wasn't able to balance both of them. So I didn't really drop an episode last week. But the special thing that lives in my heart that I want to talk about is the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. Now, I know what you guys thinking. What the fuck? Well, you guys know what the fuck Pokemon is. There's no way in the world anybody doesn't know about Pokemon. Now, you may not like Pokemon, it may not be for you, but you know what Pokemon is. If you know what Pikachu Pika from, you know where that's from. You got it's like asking who's Kobe Bryant. Amen. It's like of that level of like you should know who that is. It's like it's unstoppable. You don't know every player, everything. You know that, or nothing bad yet, Michael Jordan. Everybody knows who Michael Jordan is. And you should know what Pokemon is. Pikachu has been the staple of Pokemon for going on how many years? Well, 25 years. Yeah, fuck it, 25 years. Pikachu's been it's the staple. Like, even if you don't know Cyndaquil, Totodile, Feraligatr, or the new generation of Pokemon, shit, Pikachu's probably the most popular. Well, I don't think Pikachu's still the most popular Pokemon ever, but it's still a staple. So, but back to Pokemon's 25 years of living, I guess. So, Pokemon, it started off really as like an idea from, I'm about to butcher these names, Satoshi Tajiri and Ken Sugimori. Sugimori was the illustrator and Tagagiri was the writer for the card games. Now, Pokemon, it's been here for this whole birthday thing. I didn't see it coming. I totally didn't know it was this birthday, Pokemon's birthday last week. I ain't at all. But people who were bewildered about why people are such into Pokemon and into in people who are my age or older that are still into Pokemon. You can put it up there just like anime and manga. It's I don't want to say niche, but it's a hobby or do I want to say game? Well, it's more than a game. It's a trading card. Yeah, I will say this. Yeah. Anybody can get into it, and it's not so niche that you can not anybody can get into it. Shit, freaking, there are adults my age or older who are buying Pokemon cards out the ass. At my store, we have been out of Pokemon cards for going on a month. Well, it didn't hit hit me until a couple days ago, prior to me finding out we were out for a whole month, that there's 3 to 4 customers that 5 customers that come in and buy Pokemon cards out the ass. Asian man, 2 Hispanic kids, and I think 2 white guys. When I tell you these guys release by like, it's in the double digits of the Pokemon cards. Now we don't have like a huge amount, so you're not spending hundreds of dollars. But if I did the math, actually no, actually they would. If you buy every Pokemon card that we had in stock, it might come up to like over $100. Yeah, but like nobody has bought that many at once yet, which I'm not. I haven't put it past them, because it probably in the bigger cities, because I'm in like the boonies is not as prevalent. But if you go to cities, like I remember in Durham, there was I want to say comic book store that sold like trading cards like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! And my old roommate Brian, Big B, he told me that he was he was trading Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards and dueling at that same place, and they still have Pokemon cards there. So I know people were just trading, selling, and like buying cards out the ass and trying to get rare shit. And I will get into more of like the culture of Pokemon, because it's kind of like it's kind of fell into the reseller game too, because people, I think Logic paid like $20,000 for a rare Charizard card. Like, you can pull up. I seen people pull over $100 out of a $5 pack. Like, if let's say you bought 10 packs, you spent like $20-$30. It's just like lottery, and not all of them hit, but you might find like $20 in your whole pack and all together, or you might find more or less, or around dead even. And it just plays that game of the reseller game or the luck game. But it doesn't matter who you are, like a reseller, a love of Pokemon because of the card game, or the video games, or you just love Pokemon in general. Even from the sidelines, you can still love it too. Now, Pokemon really was called Pocket Monsters, because I remember when I was a kid, I think it was my mom or dad, they was told me that Pokemon is short for Pocket Monsters. And like at that time, people, like families, are like, especially in like, I don't know if in the black community, in every household in the black community, but my parents was not really, they didn't care that I was collecting Pokemon cards. They just didn't want me to get in trouble with the Pokemon cards, as in like, i.e. stealing, taking the neighbor's Pokemon cards, or like doing stuff like that. Even though I didn't do that shit, they were still like, hey, you can't just go around just stealing Pokemon cards. Because there was a bunch of people stealing Pokemon cards. Let me be frank. There was a lot of niggas stealing Pokemon cards in elementary, middle school. Because, I mean, shit, Pokemon cards were fire. I mean, I understand. I mean, I didn't take them, but I understand.
Yes, sir.
Now, Pokemon first appeared in an original Japanese gaming magazine in the early 1980s, and Game Freak in Japan, along with the Satoshi and Ken, they worked together. They pushed the Pokemon line, and who would have thought? And well, they probably thought I don't know. I can't say that, because nobody thinks that their endeavors is going to last 25 years. Now, they will wish it and they want it, but nobody like plans that, hey, I made a trading card game in the 80s, and by 2021, everybody named mama is like a Pokemon fan. Like, it's ridiculous how many people are like Pokemon fans. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But let me tell you how I got into Pokemon and how it, like, not molded me, but it, like, started me down a path of trading card euphoria. Now, when I think it was, well, let me think. Okay, no, I remember. I had the training cards before I had watched the TV show. Now, my early Aberdeen elementary school days, shouts to all the teachers there. I used to go there and just bring my Pokemon cards down to plenty. I remember I was riding the school bus and people just had notebooks of like filled with Pokemon cards. It just had the plastic slips for them. You just put them in there and people just had double the cards and it was stacking of them. Like, I get on the bus and I remember it was a guy named Aaron Towns. He had a lot of Pokemon cards when I was young. Like, it was ridiculous. And he was also the guy who, I remember when we all been through this, guys who watched Dragon Ball Z, before Dragon Ball Z was like everywhere, I asked him to print me some Dragon Ball Z, pictures because they were just fire because I didn't have a printer at the time. And you can't just be printing fucking Dragon Ball Z stuff at school, especially since I was only like 7. I don't think it was going to be like, yo, Miss, I forgot. I've known one of my teachers had the same last name as me, but it wasn't related to me. But it was one of my classmates who it was their mom. But I remember she took our Pokemon cards like a motherfucker. We would just have them in class, just not paying attention. We were just trading. Like, it was bad. Like, we got into so much trouble on the bus, in school, because we just had the cards and we were just trading them. People were just taking some. People were getting took in the class, and just when the teacher left, go sneak in and take the cards out, which I did because I wasn't about to let my mom come to school just so I can get my 5 cards back. That's a waste of time. I didn't have every Pokemon card. I didn't have every Pokemon card I didn't have the doubles. I had none of that. All I had was what I collected, or if one of my friends had like triples of that same card, like if you had 3 Cyndaquils, he would give me one of them because there was no point, at that time to have that many of that same card. Now, I don't think people are such as foregoing their cards as they were when we were young, because these cards have not every Pokemon card is not every Pokemon card is worth $20 if you sell it. It's depending on how rare it is and what somebody's willing to pay for it, or the value of the Pokemon card market, which you can look it up. There's actually a stock market for Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards, which is crazy. But it does help you get money management skills young, which this kid told me that him and his mom work together and like have a little business where they sell Pokemon cards, which was ridiculously smart.
Nani?
And I also, that's a lot of smart thinking from the younger generation, because they're getting to the money faster. Now, my generation, our parents wasn't like as understanding of like, hey, these may be kiddish, but these are actually worth it. Like, my mom and me had a discussion, I think 2-3 months ago, where she was like, hey, if you wanted to make YouTube videos and play video games, you could have. Like, Mom, come on now, let's be honest. At that time, 10 years ago, there's no way in the world that you were going to understand that, hey, playing video games, not only is it, it's really enjoyable, and a lot of people have made a lot of great content, and I've seen a lot, and I have subscribed to and seen the growth of content creators from YouTube. The one for this whole decade have grown up a lot, but I think it was necessary for me, because having watched and learned and saw and learned from their mistakes and their great ideas, how to go about my creative process in my podcast and my next to be streaming and editing videos, which is going well. And also, PS side note, me editing videos is hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but the startup was a lot easier than I fucking thought. It literally took me like 30 minutes to sit down and watch a tutorial that Adobe Premiere had, and it fucking showed me how to at least start it up and how to like at least what the default to do. And I was sitting there like an idiot, like, what the fuck? Stupid! I could have been doing this, but my dumb ass was paying attention and didn't try to take time to learn. Which is very much of who I am as a person. But back to Pokemon. So, when I started the show, I thought it was going to be a whole lot more. Well, it did end up being, it was a kid show, but the first episode was a lot rougher than I thought, because I thought at the beginning Ash was going to get Pikachu and they were going to be the best of friends. Turns out Pikachu was an asshole to everybody and didn't want to get in his Pokeball. I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to get into genders Pokemon, but he didn't want to get in his Pokeball and was like really like adamant about it. Like, he was using his tail as a fucking tennis racket, so Ash wouldn't catch him, and was shocking Ash at every chance he got. He was now this Pikachu. The first episode of Pikachu is super different from like current Pikachu. Like current Pikachu was like, we've been through like hell and high water. We went through so many gyms as Pokemon and friend, then that we're just basically family now. But first episode Pikachu, oh my god, that nigga was so aggressive. That nigga had to wear rubber gloves and carry Pikachu because he was an asshole. Now, that all changed when Pikachu and Ash got attacked by these wild sparrows. I think there was a pharaoh there. Yes, it was a pharaoh there. Because episodes later, when Ash comes back home and his Pidgeotto evolves to Pidgeot, he fights the Pharaoh and beats it. But he gets bullied by all these sparrows and pharaohs. This sparrow and pharaoh, or was it just sparrows and then one evolved to a pharaoh later on? That's why if I'm remembering right, there was a bunch of sparrows. They jumped him. It was super rainy. And at that time, Pikachu wasn't listening to Ash and was super scared because it was his first time outside. So Ash was on a bike, dipping and running. And I think Ash asked Pikachu to use Thunderbolt and clear the entire forest of Spearow. And after that, they became best friends. Well, Ash had to take Pikachu to this Pokemon Center to get better. And then he met Team Rocket and for the first time and got rid of them niggas. But after that, Ash and Pikachu became the best of friends and became the staple of the Pokemon in general. Like, Ash, even though people give Ash a whole lot of shit because Ash should have won a lot more Pokemon League battles because he's a good trainer and he didn't evolve his Pokemon. Now, he didn't have to make them. He didn't make them evolve. If they wanted to evolve, they did. But me personally, I thought Ash was a mediocre to mid-tier level Pokemon trainer. because out of 150 Pokemon Ash, there in the first one, Ash only probably caught like 30. Now, Ash wasn't like a super, like, he's not like the games where you can just catch every Pokemon in the world or blah, blah, blah. Ash isn't that kind of guy. All Ash Pokemon, he caught, which is rare, or they just came to him, which happened a lot. I.e. Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Chikorita, Totodile, Cyndaquil. And I think that trope ended too, as getting all the starter Pokemon. I forgot what season that ended. I want to say when the animation style changed, because I remember for a long time Ash had every fucking starter Pokemon. Like, he had all three. I think is when they introduced Totera and Inferno Ape, if I'm not mistaken. No, because Ash had Inferno Ape. No. Ash had Totera. I want to say Inferno Ape, because I remember that blue-haired chick had a penguin. Yeah. So Ash had two of the three, and the girl had the penguin, because I remember she was doing Pokemon contest with that with the penguin. Or am I tripping? Am I confusing Pokemons now? Oh god, no, hold on. Now I gotta look this up, because I need to know if her name wasn't May. May was no, I'm wrong. I'm super wrong. May had Beautifly, and she was in the no, I'm super wrong. I'm right on both ends. Beautifly was with May during the Pokemon contest, but also that blue-haired chick had that penguin in that penguin Pokemon. So I'm not tripping. So I'm definitely not crazy. It was just confusing how, like, no, that's what happened. Was May with Ash in this one? Or I remember May was with Ash in one of these, but I remember the other blue-haired chick was with him. I think that's what happened. I think May left, and then they met back up later on, which was really fucking cool that May and Ash met each other after all those times. And that's what I just like about Pokemon, because it just like made everything, like, it made all the like little moments, even the dumb stuff that happened in Pokemon was like super great. But where was I? I got lost in the whole trying to remember Pokemon shit. Pokemon TV show lore. But when I first saw Pokemon, it'd be always in the morning. It wouldn't be, now it'd be on later when I got off school, but when I was a kid, I would wake up to Inuyasha's ending theme music every fucking day. Like, I'll just wake up and just be blasting mad loud, and I just be like, and it just be banging. And as soon as that ends, I just go to channel 69 and I just hear gotta catch them all playing in my ear, and it'd be the best thing ever. Now, I will only be able to watch 15 minutes of it because the school bus came right around the time of halfway through it'll be like the last 5 to 10 minutes of the show, and I had to leave. So I was like, gotta catch school, and I just catch when I get back. But I think I watched every Pokemon season up to Ash, up to the season where Ash met May. After that, it goes completely blank for me, because after that, it was because right around that time, Sun and Moon and X and Y was out, I didn't watch those episodes because I didn't get a chance to. And even with the new Pokemon, shit, Ash is getting more Pokemon. I think Ash caught a fucking Gengar like early first 10 episodes. Like Ash was going hard these episodes. I don't know what they were doing to Ash these past couple of years, but like they gave that nigga hardcore Pokemon first couple episodes. Now his friend / rival, I think it was the second episode, this nigga had like the whole 6 plus more. I think he was about to get a Mewtwo and to turn it down. I was confused. I'm like, bruh, this nigga is Ash. This is the main character. What the fuck are you doing? And like, I think, matter of fact, his rival, it was a score bunny. It was a little score bunny that wanted to be with him. I think he turned him down in the first instance. And I was like, you idiot, you stupid motherfucker. And Ash was just, and like every time his rival, I forgot his guy's name, the brother of the champion of that time, like he was getting every Pokemon, and you saw the disgust on freaking Ash. Well, he wasn't disgusted like he was hating ass nigga, but he was like, damn bro, like I've been a Pokemon trainer for like 8 generations. I caught legendary Pokemon. I've been in legendary Pokemon's faces. How am I losing, bro? That's the one thing that's the one, not as necessarily losing, but like, bro, like you should like be able to catch the same amount of Pokemon he do, and it makes no sense. Like, bro, Ash should have been better catching Pokemon than this kid, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm way off topic. I was supposed to talk about the first season Pokemon. So when it came to the first season Pokemon, which I think everybody was, and Ash has made some trash Pokemon decisions, but that's ongoing as learning, as being a Pokemon trainer. You got to learn to grow, and you got to learn that some Pokemon may not, you may not want to get that Pokemon. Now the whole intro of gotta catch them all, like niggas was like, oh shit, I thought Ash wanted to catch them all. He didn't catch all of them. But the thing that what got me was like when Ash got Squirtle, I immediately thought he was gonna get Blastoise, and I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna get Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard. Only 1/3 of that was correct. He only got Charizard, and Charizard did listen to that nigga for like 2 arcs. It took Charizard meeting other Charizards that was way taller than this nigga, and realizing that he's ass in like the grand scheme of things. Like there's a bigger world than this, that Pokeball, and he realized that. And even though Ash, had to leave Charizard to train, even though it was sad, it hurt. It hurt me. Every time Ash lost his Pokemon or had to give it up for multiple reasons, it hurt me. Because when he lost Butterfree, I was like, oh, he found love. And it was like 20 episodes in Pokemon. And I'm like, damn. And then now when Charizard lost the Pokemon, like gave up on Ash in the Pokemon League, I was pissed. And he was too. Now, Charizard definitely needed this whole like redesign of a character, because he was a douche as soon as he became Charmeleon. I don't know why, but being in that whole Charizard training Mountain Ridge made Charizard. It put Charizard. It was basically military school. Back in my day, when parents would send their kids to military school so to get at right, that was his military school. Because when Charizard went there, he got his at right. And I think it was in a movie. It was a Pokemon movie where Entei was protecting this little girl, and Charizard watched the report saying this woman has been kidnapped. He saw Ash running. He was like, "Oh shit, I gotta go," and flew. So that movie, even though it's not canon, that movie showed that Charizard because even prior, Charizard was already different. He was already changing into a better person. But like, he looked at the camera for like the TV for like 2 seconds and flew off and left. But, and I thought he was going to get freaking Blastoise and become like, super OP trainer having the 3 stars at their max. But Bulbasaur didn't want to evolve, and I don't even think Squirtle even got close to evolving. The only thing Squirtle was cool because he was a leader of like the Squirtle gang and ended up rejoining the gang, I believe, and he kept the shades, which was amazing. Which when we first saw Squirtle and he was a part of like a Squirtle gang and he was just fucking up the city and this town people pull guns out on ass for the Squirtles, I was like, yo, this is a goat show. This is a goat show.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
But because of Pokemon, even before I was watching the TV show, it made people come together because people were talking. People were like, hey man, you want to trade cards? Or hey, you want to play Pokemon? Which I didn't know how to play Pokemon at the time, which it was because I didn't know how to play Pokemon until like the card game years later. And I was like, what the fuck is this? But it's a great thing for your childhood. Pokemon is, and later on I'm going to get into how Pokemon Go made an entire summer better than what it was. But before I get to that, I would definitely want to get into how Pokemon changed the culture multiple times, not with just the video games and the card game, with fashion too. So, in the fashion world, it was mainly relegated to Hot Topic or Spencer's, multiple other brands, but the reputable places like Babe, Gucci, and North Face have collabed with Pokemon to produce a lot of good shit. Like, it was a lot of stylish shit I saw on there, and all of it's like streetwear and shit. And with all these freaking collabs they did, and I'm about to give you some of them, which I saw a couple of the collabs. It was pretty fire. Like it exploded. Pause. Like with like some great ass content that came out. So there's the Thunderbolt project from Fragment that was produced that was a Thunderbolt project 2018, and Fujiwara's Fragment design was a limited capsule series that had t-shirts, hoodies that debut illustrations from Pokemon, which included Pikachu, Mew, Mewtwo, Eevee, and a bunch of more, and a whole lot more. And it all happened during the Pokemon Go. No, it didn't happen. They also released these limited edition shirts on the Pokemon Go, Eevee, and Pikachu video games that came out with the Switch, which was fucking amazing. Deep, Scott Sasso, the creator of Deep, in 2019 released a collaboration capsule titled Rivals. It was oh shit, it's Meowth on the cover doing Fury swipes, and they also have a one in Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and a whole bunch of other tie-dye Pokemon shirts. Baby G, in honor of the 25th anniversary, they released a limited edition watch in Japan. It's black, multicolored with lightning on it. It mainly has Pikachu. I think it just has Pikachu on it because of the whole genre. It has the Pokemon logo from the Game Boys version, and it has a special Pokemon case that goes with it. Damn. Jeremy Scott, and the crazy part is Offset was in a this nigga got rain boots. He was in a runway at Fashion Week, and let's see. No, it's very known for its Pokemon influence in 2019, where it was debuted on 2018 at New York Fashion Week by Offset, and then a year later it was Italian clothing brand Gods Can't Destroy Streetwear (GCDS) also ripped the runway in the Milan fashion show. So Pokemon is like, it went from just a kiddie game to evolve into like high end fashion. Damn, another one, Beams. They have, oh my god, it's a Japanese exclusive Pokemon collab that varies in t-shirts, and for a promo release they put the Beams logo t-shirt design on a plush Pikachu, which is really adorable. And they have water balls, placemats, and wow, yoga mats too. Shit. What, bro? There's a lot. I'm gonna give you guys one more because there's like a lot of these shits. Okay, so I'm probably gonna give you the last two. Yes, the last two. So Daniel Artisham, Arsham, Daniel Arsham. So he also, instead of he made like cutouts, like embroidered sculptures of Pokemon cards, and it gave them like a little rough design, like little jagged rough designs on them. They look fucking fire, bro. These shits are fucking great. They're only like, he only made 500 of them, and there's 30 centimeters long, and they're only 30 centimeters long. I don't know how long that is in inches. Sorry, American Ninja. Sorry. Gucci and North Face. So for Pokemon Go, which I said earlier, they collab with Pokemon for the whole Pokemon Go series when everybody was going out and catching Pokemon, which I would say was probably Nintendo's best idea ever. When Pokemon Go came out, everybody and their mama was outside, either walking. Like when I was in Durham, everybody was outside. This is before COVID. Everybody was outside exercising. Like niggas was walking miles to catch Pokemon. Like I was outside for hours trying to catch new shit. Like Pokemon Go is a fucking fish.
Get your fat ass up and go out here and run.
But yeah, them Pokemon is more than just kiddie games. It's high end fashion, and if you want to look cool in them, hey, I've seen a lot of cool big Pokemon shirts and Dragon Ball Z shirts. But the main staple of how I got addicted into Pokemon was the video games. Now, the first Pokemon game I ever played was Crystal. No, I take it back. The first Pokemon game I ever played was Pokemon Snap. Now, Pokemon Snap was for the Nintendo 64. They're remastering it and they're remaking it. So the one I played for the Nintendo 64 was you work for Professor Oak. He gives you this camera and this bubble to hover around in and asks you to take pictures of Pokemon. Now, I didn't have a memory card with my Nintendo 64, so I had to redo the fucking game all over again at times. When I started up, I played it, and once I got far and had to turn it off, I had to turn it off and I had to start over. But where I got in it, oh my god, bro! No. I take it back. I did save it. I did have a memory card, and I was able to save it because I still have that data when last time I opened the game. So I played it for years. I didn't know how to really play it. I thought I was just taking pictures, just doing shit, until it was like little tidbits of stuff that expanded the game. So like in the cavern, there's an electrode near this big ass cave. If you throw, because they give you an apple and a gas ball. An apple to feed the Pokemon so they come closer, take better pictures of them, and the better the pictures, the better points you get and the more stuff you get. Or you get like a gas ball which angers them and have them do like cool moves. Like I think I threw a gas ball at Pikachu and it ran off and did Thunderbolt when I wasn't paying attention. So if you throw the fucking gas at this electrode, it explodes and it opens the cavern up and like a little cutscene happens and opens up another location for you to go. And that's a repetitive thing in the game, because when I got to, I want to say the cavern, when you start finding the crystal of Mewtwo, because there's certain legendary photos you take of Pokemon, like you'll find Mew, Mewtwo, and Moltres. You'll find those legendary Pokemon and you have to do certain things for them to like appear and take pictures of them. It was great. Like that Pokemon game was amazing. But the actual real first Pokemon game I ever had was Sapphire. When I tell you I played that game until the wheels fell off, I was literally playing that game on like bricks. Like even the car was on bricks and I was still trying to go 60 on the bricks. Like that game is the best game I ever played. Well, when I first played Pokemon, and I couldn't stop. Like I remember I turned it on in the game, and when you on the, because I had a Nintendo, had a Game Boy Advance, and this before I had the SP. So, and this was a Game Boy game. This is when Game Boy games worked for the Game Boy Advances. Play that game relentlessly. Like I play a game like 40 times over. And then when that game broke, I ended up getting Ruby. I didn't get Sapphire, I got Ruby. Now, I never got every rendition of every Pokemon game. Only got one of the dualities of the game. So like when Ruby and Sapphire came out, I got Ruby. When Fire Red, except for Fire Red and Leaf Green. Fire Red and Leaf Green, two sets of friends let me borrow those games. Whew. Bro, I put so much time into that game. It's horrendous how much I love that. Like how I love those remakes of Fire. And now, even though Green, I think there was a Pokemon Green. I might be really tripping, but like that Leaf Green and Fire Red were amazing remakes. Remakes of Red. Now, I didn't, after Leaf Green and Fire Red, I didn't play none of them, because that's when the Nintendo DS and Nintendo 3DS came out, and I didn't buy them because I had an Xbox 360, so I was just playing the 360 all the time. But when I scoped out the games and looked at them, they were all great. The stars were great, the Pokemon were great. There were some now in the later years of Pokemon, like around X, Sun, and this new one, I forgot what they're on now. Like there are some dumb looking Pokemon, like the sword Pokemon, the sword and shield Pokemon, the chandelier, the trash, the one that like Muck, not Muck, but there's literally a Pokemon that's like trash, like a little trash. And like there's been, and I have heard from people like, I can't even keep up with Pokemon anymore, because when they included the Mega Evolutions, that's probably my favorite one, because you saw Charizard have 2 different versions of Mega Evolution, which because he was a big fan favorite of the franchise, everybody wanted to see 2 evolutions for Charizard. Well, and Mewtwo got 2. Well, Mewtwo was very popular too, so I expect him to have one. Had multiple ones, but the Mega Evolutions, I remember my homeboy Dev, he was like, man, those are a bud. Like, why would you give him Mega Evolutions? Man, I told him he was tripping, because Blastoise had one. He was literally a 3-arm cannon. Venusaur was a giant Venus flytrap. You just put a giant Venus flytrap on Venusaur, but it was still a cool cool design because you really can't make. I don't think you can make Venusaur stand on his hind legs. That would be weird, but I still liked it. Like Totera is a better version of Venusaur, being that grass type, and now me personally, I like Totera and the other grass Pokemon that had a shell on his back. It was I forgot what Pokemon. It was the Pokemon where there was a pig and it was a fire type, and there was a Oshawott. Yeah, Oshawott. Whoever Oshawott and that pig fire type was in, that was probably one of my favorite grass types, because that was the first grass type, if I'm not mistaken, before the giant gorilla with the drum shit in this version of Pokemon. That was, if I'm not mistaken, that was the first grass standing Pokemon. Yes, if I'm not mistaken. No, I take it back. Trico, because Sceptile was a standing Pokemon because it had Leaf Blade, so I'm wrong. It was the second one. It was the second grass starter with a that can walk.
Stupid.
Freaking, but with the 25th anniversary, they dropped a whole bunch of new Pokemon games that I'm probably ain't going to play, because I just played X. Thanks to Caitlin. Thank you, Caitlin. I really appreciate you letting me borrow your 3DS so I could play X. That Pokemon game is great. I have nothing to say bad about the game. The only thing is, they make those new Pokemon games you actually have to look for shit. They don't just give you shit like they did in the old ones. You actually have to look for this shit. Like, to get Mega Evolutions for like Gengar and stuff, I had to look for that. It's not given to you. But in these newer Pokemon games, Sword and Shield, it makes me want to buy. It makes me want to buy a Switch. Like, it makes me not want to be responsible to save money and just buy a Switch in the game. But responsibility is a key point of being an adult. So I'll wait for that. But alongside with the 25th anniversary, they also announced 3 new Pokemon games. Pokemon Arceus, Brilliant Diamond, Brilliant Pearl, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl. They could have did Shining Diamond, but they was going to get sued probably by Pink Floyd, so they couldn't do that. But I saw actually, let me look through that. Let me relook at those trailers, because I saw them, and for a little bit, and the consensus that everybody got was fucking Pokemon Dark Souls. Like, I was on Twitter, and there was a Totera and a Pokemon trainer with fighting against the Totera, but instead of it fighting with a Pokemon, it was just Dark Souls. It was just fucking the Pokemon trainer fucking barrel rolling away from the fucking Totera. It was amazing. Twitter is a very, very, very funny shit. So let me check out this Pokemon Shining Diamond, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl. That's really gonna fuck me up, because I'm thinking about JoJo, and that's really gonna kill me, because I don't know how they're gonna make this well, for what I saw, they made it look better, but I want to see. All right, let's check it out. Sorry, audio only people. Okay, see the 3DS showing me old school stuff. Okay. I see what you guys going. Yeah, I remember all those Pearl and Diamond. Okay, let's see what you got. Ooh, okay, so that's what they were talking about. The chibi, the super better chibi version of the characters look great. I like that. The Pokemon look even better. Well, it's just Sword. They just took stuff from. They just basically just put Diamond and Sword graphics. Hey, you get to see what it looks like. Nice. This is not bad. Yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Now I know why everybody's hyped. This game looks very, very good. Even though it's just a remake, a really redesign and remake of the old one, it still looks good. I like it. Nice. Shit, when I forgot, I gotta look up when the Diamond and Pearl come out. Oh, nice. Okay. Pearl and Diamond. Alright. They look great. I like that. Let's check out this Pokemon Arceus game. The God of Pokemon. Let's see how this looks. Okay, we're going feudal Japan for Arceus. Alright, I see you guys trying to tell a good story. Let's see. I like the ooh. Wait a minute. Feudal Japan Pokemon? Oh my god. What is this? Oh my god. It's not. Oh, this is Feudal Japan Pokemon. Bro, there's a barrel. There's a motherfucking. I don't have to be in a Pokemon battle to catch Pokemon. It's over. It's over. I'm buying this. I'm buying this. I'm buying this. I'm buying this. Oh my god. You could just. You don't have to be in a Pokemon. There's no cut. Bro, you can sneak up on Pokemon. Alright. No. What is this? What? Is this Pokemon Yellow? What? Wait, fucking. Oh my god. No. That's fucking amazing. Alright, Nintendo. What the fuck? Wait, what?
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Wait a minute. So, my starters are the bird from, I forgot what generation, Oshawott and Cyndaquil. Now, all three of these Pokemon are in different generations. I remember Oshawott had the Clam Blade. Cyndaquil is fan favorite. I forgot what that bird Pokemon, that grass flying Pokemon is, what version, what generation it's from. But those are your starters? Are they your start? That's a weird starting generation, Cass. And the Pokeballs look so different. Bro, oh, well, it is Feudal Japan Pokemon. So I guess they stuff, oh my god, Arceus. Whoa, you guys, damn. Alright, Arceus, okay. Alright. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, these games are getting so damn good, it's getting ridiculous. Like, how the hell am I supposed to, like, you guys want me to, I had to buy a PS5 because they just announced the Yuffie DLC. It's free if you had the Final Fantasy VII remake. I have to get a Switch because of Monster Hunter and every fucking other game. Oh my god, this new Pokemon Snap. Let's see how this looks. Oh my god, yes. Yes. It's exactly what the fuck I needed. And the ship looks so fucking great. Oh my god, yes. Ugh. It's ugh. Ooh. What the fuck? Look at this. Oh my god. So I'm sorry, audio only people. This game looks amazing. And the character in this cutscene looks so fucking crisp, man. Oh my god, man. I gotta get a camera soon. And woo! You have a rival? Bro, I have a rival. You did not have a rival in Snap. It was just you and Professor Oak. There's a lot more fucking Pokemon. Damn. Raichu, the Aloha Raichu surfing. Oh my god, yes. You could throw the apple still. You still got the apple. Okay. That didn't change. And you can still feed it, and they get happy, and they look majestic while they're happy. Tyranitar. Alright, cool. There was no Tyranitar. Because it was only the first season of Pokemon. It was only the first season of Pokemon in the original Pokemon Snap. Hoo. Yay! Like, Johto Lee was not even thought. I don't think Johto Lee was even thought of when Snap came out. When Nintendo 64 was out. Wait, what? What is this mechanic? It's a new ball. If you throw it at him, it makes him cheerier. And it does new actions. What the fuck is this? Venusaur jumping into a waterfall is the best thing ever. Okay. Ooh, they even got that back. All right. I see what they're doing. So they still kept. Okay. All right. This point system is still there. There's a photo. You can edit the photos. Of course, why wouldn't there be a photo fucking mode in edit mode in fucking this? Of course, there's a fucking. Of course, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? This game is really great. Wow, man. Oh, you could go online, people. All right, so it's just So basically, Instagram Pokemon, and people send off likes and rate it. Okay, all right. Well, this is gonna be an interesting day. It's gonna be a very, 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 very interesting. Oh, Sleeping Blastoise is adorable. You can go in the water. There's a bro. What the fuck is this? Man, all right. So those trailers were probably the best thing ever. There's people losing it. Like, bro, man, this game is amazing. I love Pokemon. I super love Pokemon. And that's how you get back into Pokemon. Like, just seeing those trailers alone. Like, anytime I see a Pokemon trailer, I always immediately fall in love. I don't know why. It is super, super addictingly loving. But I guess this kind of coalesces to my last point. I need to get a Switch so fucking fast. Like, Nintendo is fucking with me because they're just releasing all these fucking games. Like, prior to these Pokemon games coming out, I was already going to buy a Switch because of this Zelda, this Pokemon JoJo game, all the Pokemon games, and a couple other Switch games that were announced. No More Heroes. I never played No More Heroes at all, so I would like to play it on the Switch. I think you can play it on the Xbox 360's versions. And Smash Bros. Too, even though I wasn't a big Smash Bros. Guy. Seeing the new stuff, it is pretty fucking great, and I like it. Now, I definitely need to get it because I played because my friend Demetrius, thank you Demetrius, let me play Pokemon Sword and Breath of the Wild. When I tell you guys, it took everything out of me to be responsible and not buy a Switch immediately after that. It was scary. Like, I got lost in playing in Zelda so hard that I had PS4 games that I didn't even play because that game was so addicting. Like, when me and my family was in our quarantine, and Dimitri was with us doing it during the whole quarantine thing, bro. I was not trying to be that guy who like, hey, can I play your game? Because I don't like playing, because that's not the kind of guy I am. But damn, that game was addicting, man. Like, this before he had Sword. If he had Sword, it would have been like egregious to ass. But like, that Breath of the Wild game is so fucking addicting. Like, I could get lost in that game and not even care. That's how good that game is. Like, there's a few games where I could get lost like in the map of the game and be like, fuck. Well, I'm just gonna play the game. Fuck it. But in all totality, Nintendo, Game Freak, thank you guys for Game Freak mainly. Thank you guys for making Pokemon, because if it wasn't for you guys, I don't even know what we would be doing, because Pokemon Go made everybody's summer. Like, when Pokemon Go came out, niggas was outside for hours. Like, it would be when we get off work, like when I was working at Strawbridge, we would get off work and immediately just go downtown Durham or go to Raleigh just to fucking catch a Pokemon for hours. Like, we would be deep into Raleigh catching Pokemon and be gone until like 9 o'clock and do it all over again. The game was that addicting. Like, Pokemon is really fucking good, and it shows it by the content and the stuff that people buy and like. Now, they're not perfect. There's no IP that's perfect from jump. They have had their flaws or fuck ups, but you live and you learn and you get better with time. So I would say thank you guys at Nintendo and Game Freak for what you guys have done. And I also like to say thank you guys for listening to the new episode. I have more in the tuck coming towards you guys. But thank you guys and have a great day. Peace.